Welcome back, traders. After yesterday's doji dance had us all side-eyeing the dollar's rally, today delivered the reversal punch we hoped for, flipping red flags to green across the tape.
Yeah, quite a turnaround.
With every sector joining the party and triangles like NVIDIA's teasing fireworks, plus those Goldilocks PCE prints keeping the Fed in play, we're potentially staring down a market that's got legs if it doesn't trip on DC drama.
That's the big if, isn't it?
You're tuned into the Stock Market Summary Series. We're going to get into what we're seeing in the charts. But before we do, just remember that none of this is buying or selling advice.
Nope.
We're just here to provide market commentary and trading education. Nothing we say here is financial advice.
Absolutely. Education only.
Also, if you're liking these videos, do us a solid and give us a like. We'd really appreciate it. So the tape definitively flipped the script today. This wasn't just a little bounce. It felt like real confirmation. Buyers piled in right where we talked about.
Exactly. And the indices showed it. SPY up 0.57%. QQQ gained 0.41%.
And crucially, the dollar, the DXY, finally backed off.
Yeah.
That took some pressure off, right?
Big time. But what's really important technically is how the Dow behaved. The DIA climbed, what was it, 0.62%?
Yeah, 0.62.
And it held that critical 20-day moving average. That's a key level, a short-term trend anchor we mentioned last week.
Right.
Recognizing when the market respects support like that MA, well, it's vital for managing risk. It basically confirms the short-term uptrend is still in play.
Okay.
You know, this kind of pattern confirmation, seeing the market react how you expect at key levels, that's precisely what lets traders build confidence in their entries and, frankly, set smarter stops, things we drill down on in the mentorship.
Good point. And we saw broad participation, too, which is always a good sign. I mean, every single sector closed green. Utilities XLU led the way, up over 1.6%.
Strong move there.
But I'm really watching the small caps. The IWM, it rebounded sharply, up 0.87%. That definitely eases those small cap jitters, shows risk appetite might be coming back.
Yeah, that's constructive.
Plus, energy, XLE, it kept pushing, extending that potential breakout. That feels like a pretty powerful rotation signal happening.
Speaking of powerful patterns, those focus charts are really coiling now. NVDA is zeroing in on that apex inside the ascending triangle. You can almost feel the tension building.
Right. Is it going to break up, stall out, or fail next week?
That's the million-dollar question. The longer it coils like this, usually, the bigger the move when it finally goes.
Okay, so keep an eye on NVDA, and we also need to watch IYT, the transportation EPF.
Absolutely.
It's also tracing out a classic ascending triangle. Transports, they're often seen as a kind of economic backbone indicator.
They are. So an IYT breakout would be a huge confirmation, really, for broader market momentum. Definitely one to track.
All right, let's shift gears a bit. The macro drivers. Today's PCE data, that personal consumption expenditures index, it landed with what people are calling a Goldilocks glow.
Yeah, it seemed to hit the sweet spot. It provided some fundamental reason for today's rally, I think.
Core PCE month over month for August was pretty tame, right? At plus 0.2%. That's exactly what was expected.
Keeps those soft inflation hopes alive.
And the consumer still looks pretty resilient. Personal income was exactly on consensus at 0.4%, but personal spending, that surprised a little to the upside, plus 0.6%.
Yeah, a slight beat there.
Yeah.
It suggests, wage gains are still supporting demand. That's good for company earnings.
But not so hot that it spooks the Fed.
Exactly. It adds fuel without really sparking major Fed worries, at least for now. Though, like you said up front, that DC shutdown risk is still looming. That's a wild card.
Definitely. Okay, as always, guys, if you've got a stock you're watching or a question about the markets, drop it in the comments. We might cover it in an upcoming episode.
Yeah, let us know.
And by the way, if you're enjoying this video and appreciate these market summaries, do us a big favor and hit that like button. It's totally free and helps us out in a big way.
It really does.
And click subscribe, too, so you don't miss a beat. You can always unsubscribe later.
All right, so looking at some other risk assets. Crypto is kind of quiet today. Bitcoin ticked up just 0.18%.
Not much movement.
No, and it's still hovering dangerously close to that critical $108,000 level. That's a big psychological and technical spot. If it fails there, well, could open the door for a quick drop.
Something to watch closely then. Metals, though, they acted like true hedge heroes today.
They really did. Gold, GLD, added almost 0.6%. But silver, SLV, that was the leader. A massive 2.02% surge.
Wow, yeah. Nearly tagged $47 in futures, right?
Pretty much. That's a punchy move. It shows real money flowing in, looking for safety, or maybe just a store of value outside the usual stocks and bonds.
Yeah.
Could be related to that DC uncertainty we keep mentioning.
Makes sense.
This underlying complexity, you've got these technical setups like triangles coiling, but then you have sudden fundamental stuff like potential shutdowns.
Mm.
It really highlights why dedicated trading education is so valuable.
Mm-hmm.
Learning how to properly time your entries based on patterns, manage your risk effectively, and especially knowing how to adjust your stops when the unexpected happens.
Mm-hmm.
That's crucial. Equipping yourself with high probability strategies and methodical training, that's really the whole focus of the Grok Trade Mentorship program. We coach students until they're confident and recoup their investment.
Yeah, navigating this market takes skill. So, wrapping up, we're calling today's broad rebound a pretty solid vote of confidence. Key supports held, inflation reads were friendly. It turned yesterday's indecision into some fresh upside juice.
Seems that way for now.
So let us know what you think in the comments. Which cracks first, NVDA or IYT? Or does energy just keep running?
Curious to hear thoughts on that.
Have a great weekend, everyone. Stay safe, and tune in next week as we continue to cover the markets and all these developments we've mentioned.